Greetings, true believers. Joe Pal Spider-Man back again for another shave video. Obviously, we got to start off with some coffee. I got this is my espresso in my Cadre mug, and the espresso is courtesy of the monkey, John. Piffed me his espresso machine. I appreciate it. I'm loving this thing. I love the coffee that I get from it. It's just amazing. So if you don't know, this is my second video for today. The first one, I actually did a live video on the Rich Man Shaving Group, Facebook group, where I gave myself a haircut. Obviously, I already had the mohawk, but gave myself a trim, kind of talked about how I got into cutting my own hair, and what led me to this hairstyle, and I had just gotten out of the shower, just dried it, so I didn't have the mohawk up. So at the very end of the video, I put up the mohawk. So if you want to see that, go on over to the Rich Man Shave Group and check out that video. Now it's time for the shave. I've been out of the shower for quite a while, so I want to rehydrate my face. So I'm going to put some water on while I'm talking. And sometimes when I do that, so I like to shave right after I come out of the shower. And I think that shaving with freshly moistened and freshly cleaned whiskers is one of the best preps you can get. So I like to shave as soon as I get out of the shower, or as close to it as possible. But because today I did something else before the shave, I wanted to get that video up before my shave video. My face is a little dry, so what I did is I just put on a little bit of balm, used the Nivea Sensitive to assist in re-moisturizing my face before I go into the shave. If I don't do that, it not only affects the whiskers themselves, but my skin. It'll be a little bit more of a rough shave if I don't re-wet it. So just a tip there, if your face is a little bit dry, put some water on it, let it sit for a minute or so, put on some balm, that'll help. That'll definitely help. Okay, so Shaving Cadre, we are doing the ABCs this month. So every number day corresponds with that number of the alphabet in that order. So today we're on D, the fourth letter of the alphabet for April 4th. So for my D, I chose Egyptian dragon. Also, we are highlighting one of the Shaving Cadre's vendors. We very appreciate the support we get from the vendors and those that choose to join us and help support the forum. And so we are highlighting Mystic Water Soap this month, one of our awesome vendors. I love Mystic Water Soap, and I am going to attempt to use Mystic Water for every single shave this month. I know I'm getting in some brand new soaps, so I'm going to be very tempted to try some of those. So maybe if I have a letter of the month that I can't find a Mystic Water soap for, I might substitute in a different soap so I can try out some of those. But today I got a D, I got Egyptian dragon. This is it's an interesting take on, I don't know if it's meant to be a take on dragon's blood, but it is sort of similar to that, so I'm assuming it is. The Egyptian portion, it's got some other types of spices. If you like dragon's blood, if you like, I don't know if it's the same wheelhouse as Darkfall. It's been a while since I used Darkfall. I only had a sample of it. But any kind of incensey sort of, it's not super strong, overpowering scent, so it works pretty well. I'm going to use my Paladin. I believe this is the, my brain just forgot. It's the Buck Rider's handle, but the handle material, Harlequin. I think this is the Harlequin. So we're going to use that today to lather this bad boy up. And when I get to the razor, we're going to have a little bit of a special razor to use for today. This will be one of my, this will be the first time using this razor. Very excited to try it out. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But I want to know how it's going out there for you guys. This is a crazy, weird time, unprecedented in my lifetime, that we're all just kind of stuck. Some of us are working, some of us are not. Some of us are working from home. So, how's everybody holding up? So my job had not changed. I work for the Air Force. And I am deemed mission essential, so we are still going into work. We do have a modified schedule now, so obviously won't go into the specifics of that for OPSEC reasons, but I will be spending some of my time at home rather than at the office. So looking forward to that. Getting to spend a little bit more time at home, having some more time to actually accomplish some of the things that I've been trying to and just haven't been able to get around to on the weekends. So hopefully I can get everything done that I want to, which for one is cleaning up the house. Two, it's getting close to time to plant the garden. Freezing temperatures out today, crazy, but it got down to 31 overnight and it rained, so now there's ice on everything. So definitely too soon to plant the garden, but not too soon to get the garden ready for planting. I got some weeds out there I gotta pull. I want to lay down either some fabric or some plastic to help keep the weeds from coming up this year, because last year they just totally overtook my garden. Anyways, razor of the day is the Gibbs number 15, I believe. It says on the bottom, yep, number 15. And I know Dave in Kentucky was very much looking forward to seeing this razor. He saw this one on eBay same time as I did, but he thought it was the aluminum model and did not want that. And yes, Dave, this is the aluminum model, which I did not even know existed. I had no idea that aluminum was even an option in that. I just kind of thought this was a brass or a gold-plated version of the Gibbs that everybody else had been showing. So I didn't even think anything of it until you mentioned, hey, is that the aluminum one? And I'm like, I didn't even know that was an option. So I was a little disappointed at first that I wasn't getting the same Gibbs that I had tested. Deep Sea had lent me his Gibbs razor to try out, and I fell in love with it. And I was a little bit disappointed that this was aluminum and wasn't going to be the exact same thing. But I'm talking to my lather's starting to go away. I didn't spend a whole lot of time building it, so it's kind of falling apart. I'm going to add some more water to it. But I read a little bit up on it, and I'd read that there's a few people that have tried lots of different Gibbs, and they preferred the aluminum over the heavier standard model, I guess. And I do enjoy light razors, so I think this is going to be a winning combination for me. So we are about to find out. I'm still fiddling with the settings on this, and when I turn it all the way down, it doesn't go to 1. It goes past 1. So I I don't know if something is on it backwards or what, but I just got to play with the settings and figure out how to use it the best. And I do have this little teeny, this isn't a paper punch, this is actually a metal punch. So it does have a little teeny nub in there because the Gibbs, if you don't know, has these little teeny wings. I don't know if wings is the proper thing, but these side posts actually go through the blade. So you have to notch out your blade to fit over those two wings. So you have to put in these little notches on both sides. So for me, it was just I tried doing one punch right in the middle, and my punch isn't quite big enough to go over these. So I found if I do two punches side by side, it makes nearly perfect fit. Oops, dropped it. So now you can see the blade, those notches are going right up through the side of the blade. And then we're going to assemble it. So it's kind of weird. This comes out and then the top pulls off. So this thing like comes completely apart. And now it's time to give it a go. This is the first shave after my one blade February challenge. That feels a little bit aggressive, which is weird because when I used the other version, it wasn't aggressive at all, even when I cranked it up to 6. So I'm just going to tone this down just a little bit. So today's the 4th. I'm trying to think of how many shaves I got off of my Persona. I put the Persona blade in the Yuma razor and started February 1st. It's actually feeling kind of aggressive, which is very surprising to me. All right, so January was 20, or February was 29 days, March was 31 days, so that was 60 days. And then there was one day that I didn't shave. So I think I was up to like maybe 2 days. So I was either at 62 or 63 days with the same blade. And then finally yesterday, it just cut out on me. It had been going that way where I noticed it wasn't as close as it could have been. And I hadn't noticed any drop in performance, drop in feel. It wasn't getting any more rough or aggressive or anything like that. It was just starting to feel a little bit less close of a shave. That's when I know that my razors or my blades are going out on me. And yesterday, usually it's something I notice towards the end of the day that I just have more stubble at the end of the day than I normally do. And so that's when I'll kind of get rid of it. This one I noticed like right after the shave. Like, I felt my face and there was just a few areas that I could tell it just didn't even get. So I just decided that was enough. Over 2 months of shaves for one blade. I was happy with that. And I kept it in the same razor the whole time. So got this razor in from France a few weeks ago, and just been waiting for that blade to give out so I could have another opportunity, or a opportunity to check this razor out and actually use it, because I don't want to break my streak with the Persona. So I don't know why, but this does not feel as smooth as the other Gibbs that I tested out. The weight and balance is fine. I really like that. Got my brush. It's funny, at the when I did the live over on the Rich Man Shave Group, at the end of the video, one of the members noted about my hair once it was up in the mohawk that it looked like Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's like, say I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. And as soon as he said that, I'm like, oh my goodness, like my hair is almost the exact same color as Yondu's mohawk. So I'm Mary Poppins, y'all! So I encourage everybody to get some of this Mystic Water soap. If you don't have some already, it is one of the first soaps I ever used where I noticed a difference in post-shave feel. It's very, very slick. Usually I can go straight in and do a touch-up pass without reapplying. But there's like some silk proteins and some other stuff in the soap that really just make your face feel good after you're done shaving. Yeah, plenty of residual slickness for this touch-up pass. Michelle is really good at scenting her soaps. And I know, like a lot of artisans, in the wet shaving community, groups like Sterling, like they make their living off of this stuff, and they've got a lot of products. They got a lot of fans, a lot of followers, and so they are probably doing okay. I know it's a tight time for everybody, but groups like Sterling, they're probably doing okay. I know Michelle, the shaving community is not her primary source of sales. And her primary source of sales is going to farmers markets and selling her bar soaps and body products and things like that. And this time of years when those farmers markets would be starting up And because of all the quarantining and because of the stay-at-home orders, a lot of those farmers markets are going to be closed, and that's going to affect these artisans that kind of rely on those farmers markets to stay open and stay running, and it's how they make their living. So if you can, I really encourage everyone to take this time and really support your artisans, especially some of the smaller ones, because the way things are going, some businesses are just not going to make it. Some smaller businesses, some of them just started up. Like, just in my hometown, there's a couple of restaurants, mom and pop shops, just opened up within the last few months, and they're still doing business, they're still doing takeout, but they're not getting nearly as much traffic as they would have if they were open normally. So, I hope a lot of these businesses can weather the storm and stay open and continue to do business after all of this stuff is done. But they're not all going to make it. And so if you have an artisan that you really enjoy, like I do with Mystic Water, really encourage you to try to reach out and support them if you can. I mean, I know a lot of people aren't working, so some people aren't getting paid like they normally would. But if you are, think about it and really try to support some of these people that produce the products that we enjoy. Not just the wet shaving community, but local restaurants, local shops, anything you can. Try to support everything local that you can, and all the artisans that are part of our community. Just think about that. And that is my shave for today. Oh no, it's not. I'm not done. Not done. I put on the witch hazel, but I need to also finish up with some aftershave. So since we're on D, I'm using my Brute Dominant. This is a very cologne-y kind of scent. I don't know if it's a copy of anything in particular. I'm horrible at describing cologne scents. It all just kind of blends together. It's a little bit warm, a little bit spicy. Maybe a hint of vanilla, but not. I don't know. It's sort of hard to describe, but it's kind of cologne-y. So if you like cologne scents, it's one that you might enjoy. But I don't know that it's available anymore. They used to make it. I know they used to sell this one and the other one, which is Attitude. They sold these at Walmart. I don't know if they still make them or if they're only available in certain markets or whatnot, but I bought these because they actually came in glass bottles, which is different from any other Brute that you're going to find now, which all comes in plastic bottles. So I really wanted to have those just because they had the glass bottles, and they work pretty good. I really enjoy Brute, especially the original Fabergé Brute. It's a great fougere. And I know a lot of people kind of turn their noses up at Brute, but it really is a good scent, and I really enjoy it. So wanted to use that today just because it's a D, and I haven't used it in a very long time. So I like using these ABC challenges to kind of bring out some products that have been sort of neglected. If you go with what you're thinking of on a given day and what you grab, you're gonna grab what's familiar or what you're in the mood for. And sometimes there's products that you just never think of. You're never in the mood for it. So trying to find a product in your den that fits that theme is gonna make you grab some things that maybe you don't use very often. So I'm glad to do this. I love doing ABC challenges and trying to find something for every letter of the alphabet, whether it's the soap or the aftershave or a razor or a blade or whatever. or maybe just a feeling. You know, some letters are harder to do than others, especially if you're trying to focus in on one artisan soap like I am. If I don't have a soap for that given day, for that letter, I'm going to have to be a little bit more creative with how I get one of those letters. But we at the Cadre, we don't have any rules hardly at all. So it doesn't matter. You're like, hey, this soap makes me happy, so it's H for today. You know, there's no rules. Just have fun with it. And if you want to join us, come check us out on the Shaving Cadre. Look me up. I'm Spider. And we'll see you guys on the forums. Later.